Hey everyone, how you doing? Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler, gonna do another what sold on eBay this week video. Once again, I'm Chris, Thrift Shop Hustler. Thank you guys for all the subscriptions and the comments and everything in previous. And I decided today I was going to do a live show what I sold on eBay this week. eBay's been kind of slow for me the last couple of months. So we're going to just make sure that everything's good, and then we're going to get started right now. Everything is looking good. Hope everyone's holiday Monday is doing well. Today is my birthday, so that's one of the cool things about being born on January 15th is every so often falls on a holiday. Or at least they celebrate the holiday on the actual day, which is today. I'm very stoked about that. But anyways, once again, I'm Chris, the Shop Hustler. At any time during this show, if you have any comments, please leave them in the comments below. If you're watching the live stream, please leave a comment in the live stream, and I'll try to answer any applicable questions that you might have. So let's get right into it, shall we? Got this lovely eBay crazy background. I don't know what that's all about. Doom. First up, we have this Zootopia Nick Wilde beanie cap, and found this. You know what? I don't even remember where I got this. Actually, it could have been something that was in a lot, something that could have got at a garage sale or something like that. Oh, we got people found in the chat. Just let me give a shout out to the chats. We got Reseller Spotlight, Tim C, Carla Leeson, Parrot Head Picker, welcome. We're gonna do a live what sold on eBay this week. I don't know if I've ever done a live show of one of these before. Everything's going good. Everything's going good. So first up, we had this Zootopia beanie, and I had this on eBay forever. I want to say I probably had it on for a year. Clothing's not my jam. I definitely had this on Poshmark and with no success, and it's actually a really cool little kind of kids beanie. It's new with tags. Anyways, I took this was on a sale, and it sold for $10 with free shipping, and this shipped first class in a bubble mailer. This was super easy to ship. It was kind of smaller, and what's nice about eBay, if you have an eBay store, they give you a $25 kind of like gift card code. So every quarter, so like every 4 months, you get this $25 credit if you have a store. And oh, thanks thanks everyone for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. Yeah, so you get this $25 gift kind of I don't even know what to call it, like code, 25% off anything in the eBay shipping supply shop. And they used to have actually a $25 set where you get like different types of boxes, different size boxes and tape, but that's no longer available in the shop anymore, so they probably were losing money on that. They decided they were not going to make it. But what was cool about that is it came with branded tape, so like that tape would last me a month. Oh, Parrot Pickers, when should we get the code again? I think it's going to be probably in April 1st. Either April 1st or May 1st. What is it? January, February, March, April. I'm not sure, to be honest. It might be at the beginning of April. It might be at the beginning of May. I'm not completely sure. I want to say it's like the first of the next cycle, so it's probably going to be May 1st. When I guys sold this, is one of those things that I probably wouldn't pick up now. I definitely scanned this when I first bought this Zootopia beanie, and it was actually going for like $25, $20 on eBay at the time of purchase, and I think I paid like maybe $1 for this. I make sure that I got it real cheap. Hello, Lauren, Coal City Loot. Welcome. Yeah, Reseller Spotlight said I just used mine for the 3 colors of eBay tape. That's so funny. Oh, thank you for the birthday wishes, Lauren. I appreciate it. Yeah, what I bought. So anyways, that's what I meant to say. I already got sidetracked already. Yeah, you gotta go check Parrot Head Picker. The funny part is I had to ask like a bunch of friends where the codes were because they really hide it, and I think it's in, I don't even remember where it's in. It's something to do with your shop management setting. And it's like a promotions tab. Yeah, and yeah, you have to, it's in the seller subscriptions, you're correct. Yeah, that's where you got to go. But anyways, what I what I meant to say is this month I used it towards, I think they're like 9 by 12 bubble mailers, and I had to pay an extra $10, so it was like $35 to get them. But I saw a lot of magazines and kind of thin books, so it was perfect for me to buy those. And for $35, well, actually for $10, I was able to get 100 of those. Or actually, no, they're 14 by 10. I'm looking at the box right here, 14 by 10. So they're a good size thing. Yeah, Parrot Head Picker says usually gets the 6 by 9 padded bubble mailers. Out of the year that I used it, last time, this is the first time I ever bought bubble mailers. I purchased, I don't know if any of you guys remember from last year, I purchased the box set where it had like 5 different size boxes and tape, and I think it came with something else, but I'm not completely sure. Well, anyways, I sold this. It was $10 free shipping. This thing was literally like 3 ounces or less to ship, and that was that. Next up, we have this Evilos custom Hendo figure and Five Nights at Freddy. This would fall under my private label. I do a lot of the private label I do, and I don't mind talking about some of it because it's going to be really hard for anyone to really duplicate. I mean, you could take my ideas and go and run with it through your own, but my private label's mostly my art. So I was able to take this Hendo figure, create the graphics of this Five Nights at Freddy to make it look like a Nintendo game, and was able to kind of make these and sell these. I sold a bunch of these, I want to say not last year, but the year before, for like $20 with shipping. I sold a bunch of these. That's when Five Nights at Freddy's was super hot. And like I said, not too many people could put 2 and 2 together when it comes to stuff like this. I just basically took a Hendo figure, removed the old label, designed my new label, had them printed professionally in vinyl, and then I was just able to put these on there. I don't know if I have to show the backs. Oh, the backs was really cool. I actually made a ticket with a stamp that it actually looks like a Chuck E. Cheese ticket. So that's what the back looks like. And this is all custom made too. No one really ever thought about doing something like this, because if you're familiar with Five Nights at Freddy's, it's kind of like a spin-off on Chuck E. Cheese. So it's kind of like this private label is extremely meta. Like, you would really have to know about the game. You'd really have to kind of know like how to produce stuff like this to actually create something. This isn't literally a spatula you're gonna put your your brand on it and sell it as a new spatula. This is literally like, it's almost like art, but I call it private label. Anyways, Reseller Spotlight says that's freaking cool. Yeah, I've done a few of these over the years. The one that is sold the most was a Undertale one. Oh, we're all crazy here. There we go. Next up, we have this DVD set. This was actually a double feature. I purchased a large collection of DVDs last year, and I've talked about this story a million times for those that are familiar with this channel. This was part of the 1,200 DVDs. Still going through those, but I want to show you guys, like, the DVDs pretty much for me have been bread and butter all year long. I took a best offer for $8 on this with $1.99 shipping. I used to charge free shipping for the longest time for everything, and when I started to do my numbers last year for taxes, I was like, I'm losing a bunch of money by not charging shipping. Now, there's a lot of people with the philosophy of, well, I'm just going to mark up the original price. But for me, I do sales and things like that from time to time, and it's just easier for me just to have shipping in there, because I can't tell me how many times when I had free shipping that I put something on sale and I'm like, it was like 40% off in my store, and then it sold and I'm like, oh, I should have charged shipping for this, because not only, you know, is it 40% off, there wasn't any shipping being charged, so I had to put out shipping like that. So something like this, $1.99 for shipping is super reasonable. To ship a DVD that's under 4 ounces is about $2.61 through stamps.com. Another thing that I use that I've been using for, geez, 15 years, I want to say, could have been even longer than that. I was one of the first sellers that I knew that had a Dymo labeler when they like literally first came out. And this was like, oh man, 10, 12 years ago. And if you're not invested in a Dymo labeler, I think I have a 4XL now. I used to have one of those smaller ones that printed out the 3x2s, and I was able to actually squeeze the labels into that size at one point, if you can believe it or not. This was a long time ago. So anyways, definitely invest in a Dymo labeler. That's a 4x6, I think they are. Definitely, if you can. And it's also a tax write-off. So if you purchase it for your business, it's a write-off at the end of the year. It's like pretty much a no-brainer. Any equipment that you need. Sometimes it's hard to come across quality stuff at yard sales and stuff like that. But if you're out there and about, just keep an eye out for Dymo labelers. If you want to just purchase a brand new one, I think the one that I got was almost $300 when it was brand new, and I've had it for the last 6 or 7 years. It's lasted that long. Now with Dymo labelers, they're a little quirky with certain things about updating the software and stuff like that. And so let me just give you guys a tip real quick. If your Dymo labelers ever like you print and it doesn't print, usually the things that'll work is you just unplug the USB thing and plug it back in, and it usually will work. Or the worst case scenario is you unplug the power from the back of the unit and plug it back in, and it'll do a reset for that. The worst case scenario is sometimes you have to upload or download the latest driver so that your computer can communicate with the driver. But anyways, I digress. We're talking about hardware here. I'm definitely sorry about that. But no, Dymo labelers, if you can afford them, they literally are such a time saver that I would never go back. Even though they're thermal labels, which means they take paper like rolls, and what happens is there's no ink involved. It's all heat, laser heat, and it prints out the label. But every once in a while, I forget to order supplies, and I'll have to use the standard printer, and that's fine. And it's just really easy to use. I remember back in the day when you couldn't even print labels through eBay. You had to actually create your own and go to the post office and buy stuff like that. We got Paisley Bradley in the house. Tawny saying she loves Dymo. It's great. Kelly, hello, welcome. So yeah, DVDs are still bread and butter. And I still have a bunch of them. I wish I can pull them out from the side here. Man, there's like thousands of them. Anyways, next up we have Constructionary Lego game. And the reason why I wanted to show you guys this is I don't show pretty much all of the things that I sell, because some of them are super boring, to be honest. My eBay store is very lackluster. I'm not a huge eBay seller. My money comes from different other sources. eBay's been kind of dead to me lately, the last few months. But anyways, I wanted to show you guys this because replacement parts is a really good side hustle, a really good bolo, I guess the kids are calling it these days. And so if you go to a garage sale, and let's say there's someone that has board games, right? And they're all trashed, and you're like, they want like maybe 25 cents each, 50 cents each. Just buy them, because what you can do, you take them home, you pull out the parts, and you can literally just sell the parts for like 10 bucks with free shipping. Or, you know, Monopoly money, Monopoly pieces. Another good bolo is Monopoly pieces that are for specialty monopolies. Those could alone go for a pretty good amount of money just if you have a set of them, even if you're missing some. Definitely look into buying board games and parting them out, because everyone has a struggle, including myself, about shipping board games. They are such a drag to ship because of the length of, usually standard board games are this long kind of lengthy thing. The boxes get smashed. You have to almost literally find a unique box for them. And I think USPS has boxes for those, but I'm not completely sure. Well, anyways, for me, it's so much easier just to buy the board games for 50 cents at a yard sale, come home, pull out all the little parts, the little cards, bundle them all up, put the box and the board in a recyclable bin or something like that, and just sell the little pieces because those are so easy to ship. You can easily get $10 for something like that. Well, anyways, this Lego one, I did the same thing with this. And I took, this was on sale for, I had a 33% sale, Illuminati confirmed. 1004 with $2.99 shipping. Yeah, Tony's saying I had no idea you could do that. Clean out a garage and threw out a lot of board games. Yeah, you can totally just take the parts and put the boxes and the boards, you know, in the recyclable bin. Yes, Paisley Bradley saying UPS does have board game boxes. That is correct. I knew that they had them and I thought they did, but I haven't purchased them or picked them up in such a long time. I wasn't completely sure if they had them. But yeah, Lego. Yeah, Kelly said never knew Lego had board games. Lego had a few older ones, but there are actually a ton of newer ones that utilize the little. They have their own little tiny figures as game. It's crazy. Well, anyways, I want to show you guys this because basically, you know, this was something that I bought at a yard sale for literally like $1. And the board and everything, like I said, I got rid of that, recycled that, and just sold this. It was so easy to do. Speaking of Legos, next up we have this assortment of gold pearl parts. Now, I haven't sold a lot of Legos in a long time, but last year I would say I probably sold the most Legos I've ever sold in my reselling career, just because people would call me and say, oh, you know, I got this box of Legos. How much? $40 for a huge box. So when I'd come home, I would literally spend 3 to 4 hours parting everything out. And kind of like a pro tip for me, and this works for me, it might not work for you, is I'll separate all the little minifigures and all the accessories like helmets, weapons, and everything like that. I'll put all the little flat pieces in its own little pile, and I kind of separate them out. Because if you ever buy a large lot of Legos, there's going to be trash in it. There's going to be so many other little toys in it. You should go through the whole thing and make sure that you're pulling all that out, because there's also Mega Blocks, which look similar to Legos. You got to pull those out. But if you do this long enough, that's super easy, but it's very time consuming to separate Legos. So anyways, I separated these gold parts. I was looking on eBay one day and I was noticing that people were selling just the little pearl gold parts. So I started to pretty much part that kind of stuff out. I had this on eBay for probably like 6 months, and I thought it would have sold sooner because not only does it come with a bunch of gold parts, there's also a minifigure in here from Lego Ninjago, which is kind of rare from what I heard. Also, it's got some replacement tires. I know some of these gold tires go to some Ninjago pieces and things like that. The gold pieces from this is most likely from Ninjago. Well, anyways, definitely Legos. If you're out and about, definitely pick those up. Parrothead Picker, thank you for letting for everyone know how to go there. I really appreciate it. Krillin says, thrift shop, you sell comic books? ? Yes, I have. I have a couple of them in my A-Boy store now. I think they're mostly because they're autographed ones that I found at thrift shops. But I used to sell comic books a long time ago. I sold my collection in like 2001, but I'm pretty knowledgeable about comic books from like the 80s and the 90s. 2000s to current, not so much. I kind of lost track of all that, but for the most part, in my view, comic books are trash. Not trash, but their value is very low unless they're like a, you know, like Deadpool's first appearance or something ridiculous like that. So if I try to buy those, I try to buy those on the low and then sell them as a huge lot. The last time I had a huge lot, I sold those on OfferUp to a guy for, I think there was like 200 comics for like $80. The guy got a steal. So yeah, Lego, Ninjago, definitely, or Legos in general. I sell them by the pound. That's what I want to get to. How I sell Legos is I separate the minifigures, I separate the specialty parts, I separate the flat parts, and then the rest of the stuff I sell by the pound. I will literally fill up a large priority box, and I put a little bit. I put a line. I have like clear plastic, and I'll put lining in there, so like they're not just gonna get a box of Legos that are all shuffling around. It's like in a bag and something like that. But anyways, that's what I usually do. I sell them like that. I would say, yeah, Kelly, go ahead, ask questions. That's what we're here for. Please ask questions. Put question marks in the front of your question, and hopefully someone like myself. I know Parrothead Picker is in the chat. Krillin's in the chat. Krillin's very knowledgeable about clothes and stuff like that. So definitely go look up at that. Oh, that's a good question, Lauren. Lauren's actually asking, have I sold any Legos by the pound, or how much I sell them by the pound? It varies. I usually will see what the going rate is. So like once you fill up your box, weigh it. If it weighs like 4 pounds, 8 pounds, 16 pounds, go on eBay and search Legos 16 pounds, Legos 8 pounds, and see where the average is. That's how I usually do it, because it fluctuates. There's no real kind of like math to do, other than I usually just go what the going rate is, because sometimes it goes up and down. Krillin's asking, have you ever sent any books that get graded? No, I haven't. I was never part of the whole grading thing. As a matter of fact, I kind of look down upon grading, because to me, as an old school comic book guy, I always love just to be able to feel them and look through them and stuff. And once you seal them in those coffins, forget it. Forget, as Krillin would say, forget about it. I think Lauren's asking, do you charge for the box of shipping as well? Yes. So like if I charge actual shipping, so I think the larges are like 17 something, 16 something. For the mediums, you know, are like what, 15 something for, I don't know what the price is now. Yeah. So anyways, Legos, don't miss out on those. Next up is this aeronomics, because that's a word, aeronomics. This aircraft air museum book from 1995. I also love to purchase any aviation type things, as my grandfather and my father are knee deep in this industry. You know, I've kind of grown to love aviation, and whenever I find old aviation books for a good price, I'll pick them up. I think I picked this up for either like 50 cents or $1. Now, this didn't really go for good money, and I want to show you guys this, that not everything that you buy is going to be something that is, you know, you're not going to, everything's not going to sell for amazing. Anyways, this sold for $8.03, and I actually charged free shipping for this. This was one of the things that I didn't catch before. Like I said, this probably cost $3 something to ship. Media mail, I definitely, everyone suggests to ship things media mail that you can, which includes magazines with no ads, books, school books, VHSs, DVDs, anything with any kind of media with no advertising. So magazines you really shouldn't be sending there, but people do. Video games, from what I've been told, is a no-no, but people still do, and all that kind of stuff. And Kelly's asking, she has 15, 18, 1950, 1960, almost full liquor bottles, and the bottles alone have good value, but can you sell on eBay? I don't think you could sell liquor on eBay. That's probably a no-no. The bottles, possibly, for sure. Offer up might be a thing. The only thing is, for me, I'd probably want to dump the liquid out of it, because you don't want to kill anyone that accidentally drinks it. You know, that's another thing. It's like a hazmat kind of thing. Yeah, Kelly says my dad painted planes at the museum when he lived in Tustin. Yes, my father worked on the B-2, and he works for different other companies now. And my grandfather made instruments for the SR-71, among other planes and stuff. And surrounded by that my whole life. Tony's asking, how many positive feedback should I have before it's safe not to be scammed as a newbie? That's an interesting question. I think anyone can get scammed at any point, no matter if you have 1 million feedback or 1 feedback, so just be careful. Krillin, can you sell legit empty boxes not full? I don't know what that means. Yes, Parrothead Picker, media mail is always subject to search at the PO's discretion. That is correct. What I do personally is I walk the line. I don't put anything that I'm not supposed to in media mail. And not only that, if I have VHSs that I'm shipping, if I have DVDs that are shipping, I will put it on the box. DVDs, VHSs, LPs, whatever the media is, I put it on there, and it's usually been fine. So yeah, this was a miss. I shouldn't have bought this, but it was cool. I liked it. Actually, it was worth it to buy it and look through it and then sell it. So I guess it was worth something. Next up, we have this high quality lapel pin. This is another one of my kind of private label things. I make lapel pins. I don't really show too much of those on Facebook or anywhere actually. But anyways, I was known for these pins for a while and sold the very last one of these the other day. I didn't get $24.99, but I got a little bit below that. These were super hard to find at one point, and people collect these, and it's kind of cool. But anyways, I want to show you guys this, that, there's lots of things that you can sell. This is actually a funny one. Next up, we have this. I don't know what this is. This is like some religious CD-ROM or whatever, but it was funny because when we were moving, I happened to be throwing stuff out, and I saw someone that had like a box of something on the side of the trash can. I started digging through it, and that's another. This is going to be actually a pretty funny story, but whenever a lot of people in my area, they don't donate anything. They literally just throw boxes of stuff away. And whenever I see someone that's moving and they have boxes of books, I will go outside with my phone and scan them for Amazon. I can't tell you how many times I've found $20 books just by doing this, and it's kind of funny. Michelle M is asking, why is media mail so weird? Because it's a special type of mail. It was mostly designed for shipping like scripts and certain media because it's so heavy, like press kits and things like that. And they were so heavy that charging normal shipping was just out of control. So the USPS developed a media mail, which is obviously what it says, media. It's only what it's supposed to be for. Therefore, DVDs, VHSs, LPs you can ship that way. Books, thin books, magazines without ads in them. And the main thing is they don't want anything in there with ad. They don't even want invoices in those things. Reseller Spotlight is saying, I admit it, I'm a trash picker too. I'm not like a trash picker, like I'm jumping in the bins, but if someone's leaving a box of books or a box of knickknacks or whatever you want to call it on the side of a trash can, you know damn well I'm going to go through it and look through it, because there's been times where I found some really crazy things in there. Yeah, educational materials, Lauren's saying. Anyways, back to this. This was something that I found for free. And when I looked them up, I was like, oh, these are going for like $10 or $15 on eBay. So anyways, I put them up. This one sold on sale. I didn't really make a bunch of money on this, but, for something that was free, hey, whatever. I would probably, chances are, if I ever got something like this, I probably wouldn't even bother with it now, especially with, I'm more valuing my time more than these little tiny profits, even though, it is a good business model. And I've been doing this for, years since eBay's been out, and so just be smarter about what I do. So now Michelle says, especially in Burbank, their trash isn't always trash. No, it's not. So that is that. So we're gonna open up the forum for questions. If you guys have any questions, I'll give you guys a few minutes here, so put some question marks before your questions and I'll feel free to answer them if I can. Like I said, I've been doing reselling for about 30 years. And some people actually laugh at that when I say that, but when I was a kid, I used to sell like Garbage Pail Kids, baseball cards, and things like that when I was like really young. I think the youngest I remember I was selling was I was 6 years old when I started selling Garbage Pail Kids. Yeah, and I want to thank Parrothead Picker definitely also. He's in the chat. He knows his stuff also. And definitely go and check out his site, his YouTube channel, and go subscribe to him. But yeah, so we're going to open it up for questions. If you guys got any questions, I really appreciate you being here. Kelly, no problem. I mean, for me, it's hard to try to like do a show and then ask questions or answer questions at the same time, but it's been fine, no problem. Yeah, that's so funny. So anyways, yes, I'm Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button right now if you can. And we definitely have lots of videos for you to go through. I do a Know Your Stuff series where I'll take a subject and I'll go through it. I think last time, what did I do last time? I don't remember what I did last time. I think it was glass of some sort. And so I'll take a subject and I'll go through it. It's like kind of like a little bit of a bolo show. I also do what's sold on eBay. I'm also doing a lot of stuff with Steemit right now. If you guys aren't a part of Steemit, Steemit is a new social media site that came out like a year ago, and you can get paid to blog. So I've been doing really cool with that, and it's very new. So I definitely say you guys should definitely check that out. Anyways, I'm going to shut the stream down. I really appreciate you guys showing up and hanging out in the chat. I really appreciate your support. It means a lot to me. It keeps me going and keeps me motivated to do these videos. Because for me, you know, I do this stuff part-time, and it's really meaningful that you guys really appreciate these shows. Anyways, guys, I'm Chris, the Thrift Shop Hustler. We'll see you real soon. Thanks for watching.